There you go.
Welcome, everyone, to the July 3rd City of Columbia Board of Zoning Appeals meeting. I am Catherine Fenner, Chair for the board, and will be serving as the chair for today's meeting. At this time, I would like to introduce the other members of the board. We have Sherrod Davis.
Duval.
Right. Sherrod Duval.
There you go.
Yeah, we have another Davis. Colton Driver and Jonathan Vang. I would also like to introduce the staff that assists the board: Andrew Livengood, zoning administrator; Erica Hyen, deputy zoning administrator; and Madeline Bowden, land use board coordinator. The board is charged with hearing applications for special exceptions, variances, and administrative appeals. All testimony is recorded for the record, and anyone wishing to speak will need to be sworn in, and come to the podium to speak. No testimony can be taken from the floor. When you come to the podium, state your name and please speak clearly into the microphone because this meeting is being recorded. Applicants with cases before the board are allotted a presentation time of 10 minutes. This time also includes all persons presenting information on behalf of the applicant. This time limit does not include any questions asked by the board or staff regarding the case. Any member of the public may address the board in intervals of 3 minutes or 5 minutes if by a spokesperson for an established body or group of 3 or more. The applicant then has 5 minutes for rebuttal. The board reserves the right to amend these limits on a case-by-case basis. Those of you who plan to speak must be sworn. If you are here as an applicant or here to speak in any case, please stand at this time and raise your right hand. I think someone must be coming to speak because we've got something here. Okay. Raise your right hand. Do you affirm or attest that the testimony you will give today is the truth and nothing but the truth? All right. At this time, I will turn the meeting over to Mr. Livengood.
Hi, good afternoon. First, I would like to mention that item number 5 on the agenda has been deferred, and this is 2025-0016-SE, a special exception to establish a convenience store at 5334 Fairfield Road. So if anyone is here for that item, It will be heard on Thursday, August 7th. With that said, I will read through the consent agenda. The first item on the consent agenda is the approval of the June 5th, 2025 minutes. Item number 2 is 450 Grayson Road, a variance to the minimum parking requirements for multifamily use. And the third item on the consent agenda is 2025-0015V, which is 5703 through 5716 Randall Avenue Extension, 1038 and 1102 Oakland Avenue, and 1111 through 1125 Dora Street. And it is a request for variances to the transitional buffer yard distancing requirement for a playground within the neighborhood compatibility standards and the maximum fence height requirement within the front yard for a proposed multifamily development. And I'll just run through these slides real quick. Does a member of the board or the audience wish to have any item removed from the consent agenda and placed on the regular agenda?
Anybody? Is there a motion to approve the minutes in the consent agenda?
I make a motion to approve the minutes in the consent agenda, subject to staff comments.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, we will now proceed with the regular agenda.
Great. So the next item on the agenda is 920 Lady Street. It's 2025-0013-SE. And this is a special exception to permit a type 2 eating and drinking establishment. And briefly, just to explain what a type 2 eating and drinking establishment is we've divided restaurant type of uses into 3 categories. One is a eating place only. The other one is a type 1 eating and drinking place. And those are allowed to remain open until midnight. A type 2 is allowed to open after midnight and allowed in certain districts subject to certain conditions. And in considering a special exception for a type 2, there are certain conditions that need to be reviewed by the board. And so these will be conditions of the approval, and they include the days and hours of operation, the staffing schedule, the menu and hours of food service, the parking for customers and employees, the type of entertainment and duration thereof, and a seating plan drawn to scale that demonstrates proposed occupancy and seating layout. And those items are included within your packet, and the applicant is here to speak.
Good afternoon.
Speaking to the microphone, it's a little hard to hear otherwise.
Good afternoon. My name is Matt Shemansky, and I'm representing a new restaurant and bar at 920 Lady Street. I'm here to ask for permission to stay open past midnight. Yes, correct. This is an old Carolina Western pub. And so I've took the building over about 6 weeks ago, have been doing some upfitting on it and going through the legal status to get applications approved. I have my beer, wine, and liquor license that has been approved. I have Department of Agriculture food service license that's been approved. I've been working with Candace for grease inspection. That's been approved as well. And I also have my business license that's been approved with City of Columbia and zoning. So this is my last step before opening. From my understanding, the building for several decades has always had the same use. I'm not looking to change the use of it. So I just wanted to continue kind of where Mark left off, but it does mean a name change and sort of making it more of a eating establishment that would be open past midnight. So I do have to add some more seating, tables and chairs, take out the dance floor. No bands or live music, no DJs, that kind of thing. That's one of the things that why Carolina Western Pub did close is because of that criteria. So I'm looking to sort of clean it up a little bit and make it more accessible to all and not do the dancing or live music. But I do still want to stay open past midnight. I think there's a great market in downtown Columbia to do so.
But you're closing at 2 on weekends, right?
If business allows, the plan is to stay open up to 2 a.m. It just depends on business, but it would be nice to have that option if the business was there. But never to be open past 2.
Great. All right. Do we have any board questions?
None from me. Yeah. I looked at the address too. I was,
They don't allow live music in there, that's wild.
Yeah, so you may or may not know, but it's getting harder to get insurance in South Carolina, liquor liability insurance, and that's one of the big sort of no-nos by the providers. The few that are left in the state, they don't want to do any live music or dance floors. So that's 2 things that unfortunately I won't be able to continue over there. But I understand that Mark had a great business at the address. I think he was there for near 7 years without what he tells me any problems or incidents or occurrences. So I'm just looking to continue it, but I do have to change the name.
Other questions?
none from me.
Okay. Close for staff, for board discussion. Do we have any discussion? Nope.
No,
I think-
I think, yeah, I mean, using it is better than it sitting there. The
Sure.
use is consistent. We've seen, decades of these factors not happening,
Yeah.
like not being an issue, so.
Yeah, looks like a
Yeah,
lot.
wanted to mention too, we're also going to be using ID scanners as well. I have the SLED certified, it's a large unit, it's by
Scanner.
IntelliCheck. And it's what's preferred to use, that the city of Columbia and also the state recommends. I have those on site.
Great.
Excellent.
Audience comments are closed, right?
Yeah,
So he
but
can have a seat.
yeah, he can sit down, but that's okay. Yeah, it doesn't matter. I mean, it's pretty informal, I think, don't you?
Well, I was just going to say that I think whatever role the Board of Zoning Appeals plays in helping to accommodate the influx in tourism the Vista has had after 12 a.m. would be a good thing for the city of Columbia, particularly with 3 new hotels being established in the Vista over the past year. And so I think it's a great idea to have something that is there, that is in walking distance to certainly 2 of the new hotels, the Holiday Inn and then the one that's directly across the street, to have something there that's open to 2 a.m. So I think this would be a great addition for whatever role the board plays in this
Well, there's
decision.
Hampton Inn, there's Hampton Inn on Gervais, there's a bunch of them in walking
But
distance.
it's a
yeah.
bunch of, I'm talking specifically the new ones.
Yeah, oh, yeah, the new ones, yeah. All right, do we have a motion, do we have any more discussion? Do I have a motion to,
I'd move to approve pending staff comments.
second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Great, enjoy.
Guys,
Thank you. Good luck.
All right,
4th of July, thank you.
do I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
We're adjourned. Yay. Cool.
Well, have a great 4th.
Have a, yeah?
So the Fairfield Road was the one that had the additions, right?